Are there reasons that people choose to not move to Louisville?
What did you say?
Of course there are. I think Louisville's a great place, but it's not without issues, of course. I'm going to break down the top 7 reasons to not move to Louisville right here. Hey guys, it's Neal Cox here with Judah Real Estate Group. I'm here on the Living in Louisville, Kentucky channel. We're putting up content about how awesome our city is. Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville. Say it right. It's not Louisville. It's not Louisville either. We say Louisville. You'll get it. If you want to keep seeing new content, click on the subscribe button below. Even better, click the little bell and you'll get a notification every time we put in a new video. And really though, if you're someone who's thinking about making that move here to Louisville, go ahead and reach out. Get your phone, email us, text us, call us, sound the bugle, because we're going to get off to the races to help you make that move right here to Louisville. So in my opinion, Louisville is a great place, almost kind of an undiscovered place, but we are a city of 1.2 million people. And of course, not everything is perfect here. I think it's great, but I'm going to be objective and share with you what I think are some reasons people might not want to move here. Number 1, the weather. The thing about the weather is that it's unpredictable, and in the springtime, you might wake up and it's 50 degrees out, but it's going to be over 80 later that day. You get in the weird heat in your car in the morning and air conditioning on the way home from work kind of phase. But we've got extremes as well. You know, we don't have a winter as cold and snowy as Michigan or Wisconsin. We don't have Florida heat, but we get into the 20s in the winter. We get some snow. The Ohio River actually protects us from a lot of snow. We don't get tons here. And in the summers, we get, you know, it can get to 100, but 90, 95 is more of the August high. But you don't get that break. It feels like spring. It lasts for a weekend. You know, what'd you do for spring this year? Oh, we had a cookout. You know, it's just quick. It goes from cold to hot very quickly, and it can be just wildly unpredictable. Number 2, public transportation. With other cities, there's a lot more ways to get around with mass transit. We've got no rail system here. We do have a public bus system, but it's not great. Sometimes you might have to take 1, 2, 3 transfers to get where you're going if it's fairly far. If you're doing a pretty straight shot, you can do it, but the bus is hard to rely on to be efficient. But public transportation is not great. They have actually proposed some light rail systems multiple times. It just has never happened. Number 3, the stigma. I remember watching the movie Clueless back in the 90s, and Alicia Silverstone's making a joke, and she says something about, we live in California, not Kentucky, and it's a dig at like the hill people or whatever.
As if.
We are definitely in Kentucky, but as you can see, you know, we've got all the modern conveniences. Louisville is a modern city with almost every single thing you could ask for. It is just not the hills. Now, when you go out into the rural areas of the state, it's going to look different here. It really is. But to just say that we're hill people that don't wear shoes, it's just not true. But you may have to fight that off, you know, when you talk to your friends and say, yeah, I moved to Kentucky, and they go, what? You might have to deal with that occasionally. I do. It's okay. Number 4, pro sports. So I'm an NFL fan. My team is actually the Colts. Indianapolis is less than 2 hours away. You can make a day trip out of it. But Louisville does not have any top-level pro teams. We got a soccer team a few years ago, maybe 8 years ago, and the city threw its support into it. And the people attended, and they are passionate. It doesn't hurt that we were the champions 2 years in a row. I think our first 2 years in the league, and then lost in the finals the 3rd year. So we almost three-peat. We're very good. We get players that end up getting called up to the MLS, sometimes going over playing in Europe, various things. The league's the USL, Lou City Football Club. It's a good time. We actually just built a new stadium that's down close to downtown. It's got a whole open end. It's gorgeous. It's state-of-the-art. It's really fun. Our passion here, college sports. The University of Louisville, the University of Kentucky, the 2 major programs. We are one of the absolute hubs for college basketball. The UK U of L rivalry is real. Don't wander into an establishment wearing red or blue on a game day, not prepared to defend that statement. It's a real thing. People will ask, how old are you? Where'd you go to high school? U of L, UK. Which do you root for? I'm actually a Cardinal fan, University of Louisville. Their color is red. I'm wearing blue today. I wear other colors other than red, but I'm a Cards fan. We just don't have, the Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL. The NBA, we have put committees and done different things to try to lure a team here before because basketball is huge in our state. I don't know if we would support it the way it needs to be. I think the Charlotte Hornets, when they moved to Charlotte, we were in the running for getting them. We're not far from Nashville, from Cincinnati, from Indianapolis. So if you want to go check out those teams, those games, you can make a day trip of it easily. You can even go to Chicago fairly easily. But pro sports isn't one of the things that we do at the top level. Really, one thing that I think is number 5 is if you're a big city person, if you are coming from a place like New York City and you think you're moving here, it's not even going to be close to a one-to-one transition. Even Chicago, any big city, we're 1.2 million people. We're a real city, but we're not the big city. We're really not. A lot of people say we've got a small town vibe in a city vessel. It's just not a thing. Along with some of the other things I've talked about that's related, like pro sports, like public transportation. It's not really set up well for walking. Louisville's spread out pretty well. It's okay though. I'm comfortable with it. Hopefully you will be as well. Number 6 is if you think you're moving to the South, if you want to go be some kind of, the belle of the ball and live on a plantation and fan yourself in the heat. It's not here. We are sometimes lumped into the South, but in my opinion, we are at the northernmost southern city, and maybe even the southernmost southwest or Midwest type city. Our sensibilities are a lot more Midwestern, in my opinion. If you look at the Civil War, which that it had a huge impact on culture. Kentucky was neutral. We were a border state. So a lot of the things that you associate with the South, they're not here. Now we are friendly and we like to hang out and welcome strangers, but we're just not a southern city. And then number 7, you guys, this one is real. Allergies. The Ohio River is what borders us, so we sit in a river basin. It gets fairly humid, especially in the warmer months. And we're basically live where it used to just be forest. And there's tons of plants and trees all over the place. It's a thing. Google top cities for allergies in the United States. I'm guessing Louisville will come up. I didn't Google or research this one because I just know. I've had seasonal allergies that were pretty bad my whole life. I took out allergy shots as a kid and they helped, but I suffered for a long time. And then when I was in my late 20s or early 30s, they were so bad that I ended up going and getting shots again. And I'm basically allergy free now and have been for a long time. But some people really do suffer. My oldest son, the summer is just, it's almost unbearable as far as allergies. But, that's one of those things that you can't escape in a lot of places. And a lot of places that are much better for stuff like that are way up in altitude and things like that. So there you have it. There are the top 7 reasons to not move to Louisville, Kentucky. Research for yourself, go out, look online. You can find answers to all kinds of stuff beyond what I'm sharing on here. If you have questions, if you want me to clarify something, leave a comment. I'd be glad to answer in the comments. I can reach out. Maybe I'll make a video that answers your question and I can go into a little bit more depth about it. But go ahead and click subscribe down below because you'll want to know when we put out a new video about our wonderful city, Louisville, Kentucky. Click the bell, get a notification when we upload a new video every week. And then of course, if you are one of the people that are thinking of making a move right here to Louisville, Kentucky, you got to get your phone, email, call, text, sound the bugle, because we're going to get off to the races and help you make that move to Louisville. Until next time, take care.